also take this opportunity to assure all of us that we have managed to structure a relationship that is going to support our health delivery outcomes with the government of the United States. And just to set the parameters correctly, the government of the United States is a solid partner of the government of Kenya. It is not a relationship that began recently. It is a relationship that has been built over time, a relationship that has been of mutual benefit to both the people of Kenya and the people of the United States. And when President Biden invited me 2 years ago for a state visit, the first after 18 years by an African head of state, it was a statement of confidence in the relationship between our two countries. When President Donald Trump invited me also alongside other colleagues from our region last week, we did agree between the two governments that much as we were going to sign one of the most consequential agreements on peace and security in our region, it was also necessary for us to further consolidate the relationship between the United States and Kenya by signing an agreement on matters health. That agreement was a request by the government of Kenya because health is one of the big tickets that between the national government and the county governments we have been focusing on for the last 3 years. And it is because many families, many people in Kenya have suffered a great deal. Many people, in fact, estimates have put it at almost 1 million families every year sink into poverty and debt because of hospital bills. And therefore, it became a concern for us as citizenry in Kenya. It became a campaign matter for all parties in the last election. And we have robustly and aggressively undertaken far-reaching reforms in that sector. We did, as a government, request the United States to support us in this space, and they acceded to our request. And when I got the invitation, I did propose that maybe that was a good occasion to sign off on the agreement that we were discussing. The government of the United States did send in officials from Washington to come to Kenya. We did undertake the negotiations. I must commend C.S. Duale, P.S. Oluga, and the teams at Ministry of Health for working overtime with the support of the Office of the Attorney General to finalize on that agreement and to facilitate the signing of that agreement on my visit to the United States last week. For the people of Kenya, the United States is supporting Kenya with $1.6 billion, which is just over 200 billion shillings over the next 5 years in the health sector, a sector they have been supporting for a long time. In fact, The numbers show that the United States has spent $7 billion in Kenya on matters health over time. Let me also say that this facility is not alone. I have seen some comments whether we are contracting more debt. Just to assure the nation that this is not a loan facility. I have also been careful to make sure that the negotiations were clear. If you followed the United States Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, did state clearly that we have working institutions in Kenya. We did not become the first country to sign an agreement on health with the United States by default. We became the first country by design because we have the requisite institutions and we have the requisite human capital with the capacity to undertake any negotiation. I want to remind us, and I have said this before and I will repeat it again, we have one of the best human